Hi, it's Tanya Granick Allen here with Counterpoint, giving you a COVID-19 update as we're not recording in studio. So, some of you are self isolating at home, which is terrific. Perhaps you just returned from a vacation and you're mandated to do 14 days of isolation, or perhaps you're just taking precautions as with your family, as we are in a state of emergency in most provinces here in Canada. But what happens if you did not get back in time? What happens if you're stuck in a foreign country and there are no flights to take you home? Well, joining me now is James Andrew, and he is one such Canadian. Thank you so much, James, for joining me today. You're stuck with your family in Peru. What happened? When did you leave, and why are you stuck down there?
We left Canada on March the 6th and flew into Lima on March the 7th. And we started touring Peru from there. We went to Cusco and then off to Machu Picchu. And on March the 12th, we hopped on a boat to go on a cruise up the Amazon. And we left from Iquitos, the town that I'm in right now with my family. And after 2 days, we were informed on the 15th that the president was shutting down all the transportation in the country, the airport, land, and water travel. And we were 2 days away from port at that point. So we had no opportunity to get back to an airport and out of the country.
And you were only given about 24 hours notice, I understand, that the president of Peru said no more transportation throughout the country or internationally. No flights are landing, no flights are taken off. You have 24 hours to get out, and that's it.
That's right, yeah.
So you essentially have been stuck there then for what, 20 days or so, I guess, or about 2 weeks, I suppose. So have you reached out to the consul general, the embassy in Lima? What has been your connection with the Canadians on the ground there, with the officials?
Reached out to the MPs back home, reached out to the embassy here. I've been forwarded through a variety of levels of the embassy, the consul section, and the ladies who were trying to organize everybody before that. We haven't been told much. I mean, they've come up with a couple of plans, said, okay, we're going to get you out on such and such a date. And then a short time later, we've been informed that that's fallen through and the Peruvians aren't authorizing the flights.
So they're not authorizing diplomatic flights in or out?
Right.
So may I ask,
even within the country.
Even within the country. So what spawned this sudden shutdown? I mean, obviously we have many. I guess we have thousands of cases now in Canada. What happened in Peru that spawned this sudden shutdown, or did you know it was a hotspot before you even traveled there?
No, it was right after we arrived here that we heard that the first COVID case had been discovered here in Peru. And as of the 15th, when it was announced, there were a total of 71 cases in Peru at that time. So in the space of roughly 1 week, it had gone from 1 case to 71. And that's when the shutdown was announced.
And so they acted swiftly, and then you are unfortunately a consequence. Your family's in and there's about 7 of you traveling together, but you're all stranded at a hotel. What are you doing now for these past 2 weeks? You have an extended vacation, I suppose, but are you self-quarantining? What are you doing during the day?
We're stuck in a hotel, yeah. The country's gone in martial law, and they have curfews in place, and the only reasons that you're allowed to travel is either for medical attention or pharmacies and for food. That's it. But the hotel that we're in doesn't want us traveling at all, bringing the virus potentially into the hotel and getting other people sick. Because if even one person is found to have the virus, they'll lock everybody in the hotel for anywhere from 4 weeks to 3 months, is what I've been told.
So what is the plan? Obviously, the embassy has said a few things and then changed their mind. So currently, it sounds like there's no plan. But is this all coming out of pocket for you? Are you staying at this hotel indefinitely?
We're rather lucky, unlike a lot of the other Canadians that are stuck here in Iquitos. The cruise line that we were traveling with is footing the bill for this hotel. So we're lucky like that. We pay for our meals, but lodgings are paid for by the corporation that ran that cruise line.
And you mentioned there are other Canadians that you're aware of, and I understand there are chat groups and Facebook groups that have formed now to help support these other Canadians stranded. How many of there are you in total in Peru that you're aware of that are Canadian and have not been able to repatriate?
In Iquitos, there are over 50 of us.
And around Peru, all together in the country?
I've heard a variety of numbers from around the country. The only number that I'm really sure of is there are over 50 of us here in Iquitos that are stuck.
Right. Well, listen, thank you so much for joining me. It's a terrible situation. I can only imagine and empathize and how it must feel to be pretty much stranded in a foreign country, in a foreign continent, and not be able to come back home. And I really do sincerely hope that the embassy steps up and finds a way to repatriate all of you, because this, I assume, without health insurance and all these things, this might be kind of puzzling. If you do get sick, what's going to happen to you. Do you have health insurance down there?
We have insurance through my wife's work. The travel insurance that we had from our trip expired on the 24th. We were supposed to be headed home on the 22nd. So we're now a week from having any travel insurance at all. And if somebody winds up in the hospital, it's completely out of pocket.
Wow. Well, listen, I wish you all the best. We're going to keep in touch with you, and hopefully the good people in Lima, Peru from the Canadian Embassy will see this video, and I'm sure you've contacted them several times, but hopefully the government will take action to repatriate you, because this is definitely not a good situation to be in, stuck in a foreign continent. But thank you so much, James. I appreciate it, and we'll be in touch.
Thank you very much, Tanya.
We've just heard from James Andrew, a Canadian stuck in Peru with his family, and sounds like dozens more others stuck in Peru. In the rush to close borders, the Peruvian president just closed down the transportation. We've seen the same thing happening here in North America, but they're stuck there. And gosh knows how many other countless Canadians around the world are stuck and not able to return home. We do hope the Canadian authorities will help all these Canadians to repatriate and bring them home safely with their Canadian passports, because they are Canadian citizens. So thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.